kind of fun to time. I'm a much better descender than most of my friends, but that's because I've done this.
Yeah, there's so much detail in this story, but I didn't want to start going too deep into it all, because then we wouldn't have gotten past 2007.
No, I think that was a great. That was a great. That's a cool perspective. It's relevant to what we're doing now. It ties into. We weren't just lucky.
Obviously, most of the teams are working on, right? But this is time. As soon as we got all the data we needed, one shot. How long does the user take?
Well, the thing is, that's changed a lot in the 5 years that we've got racing actually. So when I started, it was very simple. Probably now that's close to 2 months. Good system, good displays, tracking all sorts of good AI. Close to 2 months.
Right. In the reality, it's probably longer. You don't always get all the data that they want. So the first title was 8500, right? Yeah, right. And so how long did that take to develop? It was a couple of years. And it was developed by one guy. So he did everything. Not everything, but he did most of it. He was all in 71 years. Track database, so all the enhancement, tracking, route counts, so we could remember all the cars on track for the order. That's how we started this. The old school.
Attention spectators, just a reminder that tonight's feature event is brought to you by the folks over at iRacing. And one of the most realistic motivating simulation on planet Earth. Head over to www.iracing.com to sign up for your membership. While the people are staying on, you can jump into the rookie MX5 and reserve some street stock, regular street stock.
You know, what's interesting is the knowledge from racing translates really well into like when you're going downhill, super high speed. I mean, it's all the same stuff. It's what's the line, where did I slow, where am I looking with my eyes. It's all the same stuff. It's kind of fun to know. I'm a better descender than most of my friends, but that's because I've done racing.
Alright, I guess okay. I'm going to try something. This microphone has gone wonky on me before. I'm going to try this. Trying to figure out what I got to do here. Hopefully it doesn't sound like chipmunks.
You know, what's interesting is the knowledge from racing translates really well into when you're going downfield. Super high speed. I mean, it's all the same stuff. It's what's the line, where do I slow, you know, where am I looking with my eyes. It's all the same stuff. And it's kind of fun because I'm a much better descender than most of my friends.
Alright, if this goes to Chipmunks anytime at all, let me know. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in here to Racers Elite Network. iRacing Series is the next gens here. It's Raging Ron Piles bringing you guys all the action. Matt Mettler's trackside racing tonight, or may not be here at all. He was in there trying some practice laps earlier. Might have had to leave for work. Qualifying has been underway, is currently finished. Is worth the Daytona International Speedway. And so racing action getting ready to start. I usually play National Anthem, but we've had some technical difficulties getting the sound to work. I apologize for that. For some odd reason, that has plagued me switching over to this. I want to thank the sponsors here of the series usually, as Admin Box, and also the GTR simulators. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. 78 degrees, ambient air temperature, 56% humidity, cloudy weather, 2-mile-an-hour wind gust, and we'll see how things play out here with the field rolling through tonight as qualifying comes to an end here in Daytona Beach, Florida. 2.5 miles per lap. And we'll take a look at your qualifying results real quick here momentarily. We'll get rid of the tower. So your qualifying results, Gary Bowman on the pole with Lounge Racing's 29. And we'll look at your pole sitter, look at your actual lineup here in a moment. This is actually your lineup, but we'll go through the starting grid in just a moment. Alrighty, so your starting lineup for the pickup race tonight with the Racers Elite Network. I want to thank Andrew for having us. Andrew Tuft is out there racing tonight, I believe. But Gary Bowman from Lounge Racing's 29 going to start on the pole. Chris Wold from Underdog Racing in the 40 will start P2. Inside of number 2 is Ed Jurgen in the 92 from Lounge Racing as well. He'll start P3. For Misfits Racing, it's Truth Hope in the 55 will start 4th. Inside of number 3 from Asphalt Outlaws Racing's 22 is Haas Beverly, FAFO, FAFO. I'm not going to actually say what the acronym is. Those of you that follow the trends know what it is in the 22. Starting outside of number 3 for Misfits Racing is the 3 of Troy Thomas. There you go. Starting outside of, or inside of row number 4 is the 98 of Andrew Tepp. He'll start 7th. His outside with the HD Motorsports. I didn't say Chicken Coop Racing, my apologies. Starting outside of row number 4 is HD Motorsports number 57 of Aaron Roth. He'll be a tough contender in this one. Inside of row number 5 in the 9th spot is Evan Gilmette in the 68. His outside will be Brandon Honeycutt for Driving Extreme Inc. 13. Starts 10th. Starting 11th, out of Canada is Riley Frost, the 96 to his outside. Terry Fenwell for BFR in the 50 will start P12. Looking on back to the next row now. Starting inside of number 7 is Alan Bergen from Misfits Bergen Brothers Racing's 00. Starting 14th out of Indiana will be the 01 of Sean Dunaway. Starting 15th will be the 311 Beast Mode Performance of Matt Mettler. As he's out there in the 31, 311 there. And his outside will be the 01, it looks like, is the Hello Kitty ride of John Mead out of Ohio, starting 16th. That's tailback on the field here. That's going to wrap it up for your starting lineup. As we get ready to go, green flag racing off at turn number 4. Chris Wold and Gary Bowman will bring us down. Alrighty, the iRacing.com space car is in. Green flag is out. We're underway here at Daytona for 80 laps to the race lead. Side-by-side draft already picking up here as Chris Wold and Gary Bowman will lead us into turns 1 and 2. Andrew Teft already working that 7th position. Aaron Roth battling with him in that 57 car. Side-by-side battles down and on board now with Andrew Teft. Speaking of, as he falls back to the 9th spot. He'll lose 2 spots here, but not down and out of this one yet. As you can get back into this race in a hurry, you'll have to see patience is going to be a virtue here in this one. Patience, aerodynamics, and keeping the nose clean. A good green flag pit stop if they happen. Going to allow these drivers to get through the racing action here tonight. Race lead settling in for the time being. Chris Wold has it. We'll see if the 55 of Truth Hope can make a run to the front here off of turn 2 down the front straightaway. Or back straightaway, excuse me. One lap in the books, 79 laps to be completed here. Only one official. Truth Hope not able to get the run here, not getting any help from the 3 of Troy Thomas. Nitrous Cowboy. 57 of Aaron Roth working the high side as well. He's the 3rd car back on the outside. Gary Bowman's 29 pushing your race leader Chris Wold as they work together here. Going on board now with Nitrous Cowboy of Troy Thomas and the 3 Chevrolet. Right now we've got 5 Chevrolets in front, followed by a 4 to Chevrolet, and they're gonna break that up a little bit here. Trying to anyway. This is the 22 of Haas Beverly, 22 Ford, right in front of Andrew Teft. He's back in the Racers Elite McDonald's sponsored 98. A little bit of dicey moving going on here, trying to keep these engines cool. In the draft here, they will just completely give up all at once. Nitrous Cowboy getting that outside line moving, allowing Truth Hope to get up to the lead here down the back straightaway as they roll up into turn 3. Battle come back to the inside. Chris Wold getting a great push from the 29 of Gary Bowman. As Truth Hope and Troy Thomas take to the point here as they go across the tri-oval. We're going to watch that bumper just a little bit there as Troy's right on the quarter panel of Truth Hope. Oh, we got a car going around. Lap 5 of 80, and we got cars going around. Looks like the 68 of Evan Guillemette is involved. No caution for this incident right now. And the 00 of Alan Bergen also involved. Hard contact. We're going to take a look at this real quick. No caution when we look at the replay here. Matt Mettler is also involved in this incident. This incident occurred right outside the tri-oval. And a little bump there. The 00 of Bergen gets a 68 in there. And unfortunately, that's going to be what caused that cycle to go around. We'll get caught back up here. So no caution. Your race leaders challenging it out here. We're going to separate and split the field a little bit here. So we got cars all over the racetrack. Really broke up the field a good bit there as Chris Wold with the race lead. Gary Bowman in second. Ed Jurgen currently in the third spot. They're going single file there. The pack behind them trying to run them back down. They're going to do it on the high side here and bring them along. I'm trying to figure out who's out in front of that pack there. As you can see the Pals sponsored ride. And behind her, that is Truth Hooks 55, I believe. That was the 13 of Honeycutt. My apologies. I knew that. Yeah, I'm an idiot. It's well known. But great battle, great pack of cars working here trying to run down your race leaders. And they'll work on going around the 00 of Alan Bergen. Oh, we got contact. Truth Hook is in the wall off the 22 of Haas Beverly. And they'll keep it rolling. Maneuvering lap traffic, cars get together into the wall, goes the 55 of Truth Hope. So adversity strikes here early in the going with 72 laps remaining here at Daytona. Alright, so your race leader still Chris Vold out front. Gary Bowman in second. Ed Jurgen third. Brandon Honeycutt is working the fourth spot. Aaron Roth is up to fifth. Brandon Honeycutt is the hard charger, biggest mover of the race so far, but that is a lie. It is the number 88 Toyota of John Meade is up from 16th to 9th. He's up 7 spots now. And Sean Dunaway and Brandon Honeycutt battling back there to make that 8. Is that battle going on back there for that 8th position with John Meade in the 88 Toyota. Only driver to use a fast repair so far in this race is actually Alan Bergen. Currently back in the 16th position, and I believe he's a lap down. So just a interesting little note there. Everybody single file for the time being. Chris Wold, your race leader. Gary Bowman second. Ed Jurgen third. Aaron Roth is fourth. Andrew Tepper rounds out your top 5. Troy Thomas is 6th. Brandon Honeycutt 7th. John Meade from 16th to 8th. Sean Dunaway currently 9th, up 5 spots. Running at your top 10 is Terry Fennell in the 50. Truth Oaks 11th. Haas Beverly is 12th. Matt Mettler is 13th. 14th is Riley Frost. 15th is Evan Guillemette. And running your 16 car field right now is Alan Bergen. Your race leaders working on catching more lap traffic here. Is the 40 looking at 68 of Evan Guillemette. But there's the 40 coming to you. Pack of 3, and there's another pack behind them. Pick your favorite caller, favorite driver, favorite number here as they rock their way around the racetrack here at Daytona. A single file for your race leaders. No pass has been made since lap 5. Take that back. Terry Fennell and Sean Dunaway. Matt Metler is going to move up a spot here potentially. Your race leaders out front once again. Chris Wold, Gary Bowman, Ed Yergin. 66 laps remain here. Everybody's still in this race. The only driver to use the faster pair so far is Alan Bergen. They're going to work around the lap car, the 22 of Haas Beverly. I think that's, yeah, that's exactly what's going on. So Haas Beverly will go a lap down to your race leaders now. So Beverly will be the first car a lap down, I believe, is at the 22 of Beverly coming to pit road. A little early here. Not sure why. 4 tires and fuel for the 22. See what the 22 does on pit road here. And it does look like a 4-tire stop for the 22 car. Not sure if you felt that the tires were a little wore out or what was going on with that 22, or if you felt maybe they were damaged, but Gary Bowman's your race leader. The Haas will go 2 laps down now on pit road. I believe not sure where the 00 is tied into this field at, but they potentially be able to gain a spot off of Haas Beverly's pit stop. We'll see if that's the case here. I think he might be around the 50 of Terry Fennell, and he is. So that battle for position with the 22 going to get heated here just a little bit there. Battle for position coming up for the 00 Bergen. He's hunting down the 22 car. We'll see if he's able to run him down and make that pass, because that'll be for the 15th position. Let's see, Haas is there. Where's Alan Bergen? Back a little bit. Bergen will be looking to get ahead of Haas here for the 15th spot, correct? So he's got a little ways to go to make up that ground. He's got to get down there and turn 1. You see Bergen, you see the car going off into the middle of 1 and 2 there. That is the car he's hunting. That is the driver he's hunting down for position, Haas Beverly. So Alan Bergen has drafting help to help him get there. Something that the 22 does not have any help with, as he's up there by himself. And the 50 of Terry Fennell is in the 7th spot, and he doesn't have any help except for Alan Bergen. and I won't call it any help, or not any help, because Bergen's doing the work of about 5 people right now as he's pushing the 50 car down the racetrack as they work on trying to reel in that 22 car ever so slightly as Gary Bowman continues to lead. Something happened to Chris Walden. Back in 16th now. Chris Wold is out of this event. I did not see any issues for Chris Wold in the 40. What has happened to our race leader? Apparently Truth Hoke has had some issues in the 55 up until that was like, that was lap 8. That was before pit stops, I think. And Hollis Beverly's used a faster pair, and anybody else has. Alrighty, so Chris Wold has not dropped out of this race yet. Oh no, he has. Okay, he's out. So unfortunately for Chris Wold, maybe some networking issues for the 40 car. Gary Bowman takes over in the 29, and he is being hounded right now by the 92 of Edward Jurgen. Aaron Roth is also there in the 57. To the 68 of Evan Gilnett having issues with this connection as well. You can see him flickering here on and off your screen. Can make it mighty hard to race with. '29 right now. Gary Bowman working the top side, the 92 pushing him around. Using up every inch of the racetrack that they can. Fastest lap of the race right now belongs to none other than Brendan Honeycutt, the 13 with a 46.314, 46.314 for Honeycutt. A few other drivers down there in that bracket as well, but none quite fast enough to knock him off the quick time chart so far during our race session. There's other stuff going on right here. There's enough to cover. Sean Dunaway and Evan Gillimet making battle or swaps for position. Looks like Andrew Teff back there with say Aaron Roth, but Roth is up here. Maybe Honeycutt and Thomas back there. With 24 laps in the books, Matt Mettler now in the 9th position. Gary Bowman still your race leader for Edward Jurgen, Aaron Roth, Andrew Tepp. The Nitrous Cowboy Troy Thomas is up to 5th. John Mead's still up to 8th from 16th, and is kind of strung out there now. He's not making up any more ground there. He's on that 8th spot. Matt Mettler's up 6 spots from his starting position. From 15th. Currently running in the top 10. He's in 9th. Oh, little dive potentially to pit road. Here we go. Pit stop's coming. They're going to split the main field up once again. Gary Bowman, Edward Jurgen, Riley Frost, and Aaron Roth all to pit road. And Terry Fennell in the 50 is going to join the pack on pit road, and he's going to have to get down there and hustle and bustle to get out there with the pack. He might have to do a splash and go fuel only kind of stop to stay with these guys. See what happens with the 50, how long this pit stop is. And here comes a slew of cars down onto the apron. Gotta watch the merge here. Stay away from that cone. Everybody look good there coming down on pit road off of the racetrack. Here we go. Any issues getting into boxes? This will be the tale of the story here. As you see, it looks like you can drive right through them here. No issues getting through the boxes. Here we go. Who's the first driver to be off pit road? Does not matter. Andrew Teft is on the back straightaway with the race lead in the 98 Races Elite McDonald's sponsored ride. That Ford out there making work of this field. Andrew Teft works his way off of turn number 4 down to the start-finish line. He's going to bring it pit side here, so Andrew Teft is making his pit. And looks like he may hand the lead over. As he relinquishes the lead, 53 laps to go. Next driver, well, Gary Bowman will get back to the point. As Andrew Teft leaves pit road, it's not going to be enough of a gap. He was hoping it would be. He's going to get chewed up and spat out like a bad vegetable in a salad. Is Andrew Teft going to hand the race lead back over to Gary Bowman. On lap 27 with 53 to go. We're looking at about 27 laps on a fuel run for these drivers. There we go. I was stretching my legs out there. And unfortunately, it looks like Chris Wold's night is done after that exit that he took. Apologies, excuse me, guys. Clear my throat there a little bit. Gary Bowman, your race leader, Aaron Roth, Ed Yergin, Brandon Honeycutt, Troy Thomas, Andrew Teft, Terry Fennell, out here by himself. He's not far off Alan Bergen. Him and Alan Bergen need to get hooked back up and go back after this thing. A couple of laps down, but it's not too late yet. Still early in the going in this one. Lap 29 of 80. Underway. Troy Thomas and Andrew Teft going back and forth there, I believe. Troy Thomas is the 3. There's another car in the mix there a little bit. I know the 68 is Evan. Where this other car is that's in this mix. The other one is Sean Dunaway. I believe is a lap down. .31 laps. About 31 underway. Sure or not. I think it's going. We went chipmunks real bad the other day. I'm hoping we don't do it again. So I just pulled up the chat here, or the stream. We got the live chat going. Having about to get the dub. Well, Gary Bowman's on the way, and Evans got a ways to go in the 68, but can still be done. That number 68 Ford. So Robert, thanks for tuning in. Glad to have you, buddy. One thing's for certain though, we won't, unless we get a really bad storm here, or Dad decides to reset the internet box, we won't lose the stream. He doesn't usually mess with that stuff. I'm usually the one that does that, so that's always good. As right now, your race leader Gary Bowman in the 29 has the race lead out front. He's being pushed by the 57 of Aaron Roth. I just was confirming that everything was still working kosher on our end here. Usually this microphone the last few times I've tried to use it has went chipmunk mode on me, and is not good. I hate that it did that, but I'm glad that it's working for right now. So we're not going to play with it, not going to touch it. And for some reason my headset microphone decided that it wasn't going to capture or work, and we'll look into that once this race is over. But right now, the 50 of Terry Fennell trying to get out of the way. Honeycutt is on the outside, going to pick up the 50 momentarily. Might be trying to use that as a pick for the draft, and they're going to end up falling in behind your race leaders here. And Alan Bergen is the next car that the 29 of Gary Bowman has his sights set on. And he'll work to the outside of that 00 car. Gotta watch going through the trioval with this line of traffic behind you. You gotta make sure everybody is clear before you can move down. Or at least your drafting partners are clear. Everybody else will follow suit momentarily. Riley Frost got her own Terry Fennell for position number 7, so Frost will take over the 7th position in the 96 out of Canada. So the only Canadian driver we have with us this evening is in the top 10, having a great run. The 29 of Gary Bowman still out front, commanding lead so far. 17 laps of this one has taken over the most laps led in this race. That is a great fact, a great stat to have throughout the course of an event. However, the only lap that matters is the last one. Well, I should say, there are 2 laps that matter in this event. Number 1, the first lap that matters is your qualifying lap. And they give you a great spot on pit road as Gary Bowman, fastest qualifier, has the number 1 spot on pit road. So therefore he has the preferred pit box here at Daytona. And with that being said, he also had the pole and going to be able to continue to lead here. And the other lap that matters, the last lap, the checker flag. So we'll see who's going to be there at the checker flag in the race lead, as we are a few laps shy of halfway home here at Daytona. A lot of sharp looking cars out here. One of those being the 29, the Blackstone sponsored ride of Gary Bowman. Aaron Roth's 57's a sharp looking car as well. Ed Jurgen's number 92 Chevy. Jurgen Healthcare is another great looking ride. Jurgen Chevy Camaro, and once again, Chevy's a dominant car here tonight. We've got 10 Chevys in a field of 16. 3 Toyotas and 3 Fords. Chevrolet on race day, everybody. Ford might help you get there. Alan Bergen was on pit road. Sure, the 00 has pegged the fun meter. He is done. Alan Bergen has called it a night here at the Daytona International Speedway. He's put the car on the hauler, and he's headed back to the Little W factory for the weekend. Still keep an eye on the 29 of Gary Bowman, your race leader, 57 Aaron Roth. Brandon Honeycutt looking for a little something special there in the 13. So he tries to go to the outside, going to fall back in line behind the 22 of Haas Beverly. The FAFO specialist. As Gary Bowman and Aaron Roth lead the field around cross flags halfway home. 40 down, 40 laps remain for your race leader. Wide open all the way around the Daytona International Speedway. Well, not everybody's wide open. We'll give you a quick tour of that and crank it up for a few laps. We'll talk about that wide open in a moment. Alrighty, back after it here, and should be seeing another round of pit stops here coming up. About 27 laps, lap 54, so about 10 laps shy, I think, from our second and last round of pit stops here in this race, as Gary Bowman continues to lead here in the 29. He's got company. Brandon Honeycutt looking for a charge on the outside. He's around Jurgen. Not going to be able to get to Roth. Roth with the extra hard push down into turn 3. Going to keep them in the race lead down on the bottom side of the racetrack in this 5-car pack for the lead. as they work their way off of 4 through the tri-oval. Honeycutt still not ready to give up on that outside groove. He's got a little bit of help up there. That is the... Who is that up there? Jurgen's on the bottom. So the 88 of John Meade. As of right now, fastest lap of the race does belong to Brandon Honeycutt. 45.966. So blazing lap time for Brandon Honeycutt with a 45.966 so far this race. Not a lot of passing going on here. These drivers, we'll take a look at the cockpit camera. We're going to look at the leader. Let's see just what the differences are here. We're a little ways off the RPM gauge. You may try to gyrate again so we can get a little closer to it. There we go. 8,500 wide open. We have this thing completely pegged out. We're going to drop back a position here. Right behind him, he's running about 200 RPMs off because he knows if he puts it all the way to the floor, he'll be right up his bumper. You see the RPMs coming up now as he rolls to the back bumper. Makes that little bit of contact. Going to roll out of it, allow them to take that bump and run away a little bit. Pretty much how it goes here. Evan Guillemette are on Truth Hook for P8 and P9. These guys stayed in a single file line. They might run down your lead pack with 34 laps remaining. See the 3 car right now, he's all over the back of the 68. It's not even a battle for position. As the 68 of Evan Guillemette is a lap down to the number 3. Looking for pit stops coming up here. Lap 49 underway. Your race leader is the 29 of Gary Bowman. Aaron Roth is in second. Edward Jurgen is third. Fourth is Brandon Honeycutt. Fifth, Troy Thomas. Sixth is Andrew Teff. Seventh is Valley Frost. Eighth, Evan Guillemette. Ninth place is Matt Mettler. Running at your top 10 is Truth Hoke. Let me see if we can Matt the announcer's curse tonight. We're going to put the camera on him. Matt having a pretty good run in that 31 car. Alrighty, Gary Bowman still continues to lead here. 31 laps to go. Field's still single file here with 31 laps remaining. Development here. Pit stops. We talked about them. 30 laps to go here. And your race leaders are on pit road, and they'll hand the lead over to Brandon Honeycutt. Aaron Roth and Troy Thomas stayed out. Alrighty, waiting another set of pit stops here. Gary Bowman spent 30.283 seconds on pit road. As the drivers working their way around the speedway, pursuing the end of this race. In 29 laps to go. And sound issues just plague me all the time with this thing. I don't know what the deal is with this headset now. But as long as everything still sounds good out there, we're good. My main factor right now, trying to keep things rolling here. Brandon Honeycutt to pit road. He'll hand the race lead over to the 3 of Troy Thomas, as long as Troy Thomas doesn't come to pit road, which he does. Troy Thomas also on pit road. Gary Bowman looking to stint this to the end with the lead if he can do it. And Bowman will look for the race lead this time by in the 29. Does Brandon Honeycutt and Troy Thomas have a plan? Honeycutt's leaving pit road. Does he have the time to get up to speed? He is by himself, no help. He's going to have to get out there with Bowman. We'll see how this plays out here. Gary Bowman. Brandon Honeycutt still has the race lead. Bowman is in second right now, but can Honeycutt stay with them? Troy Thomas is just now leaving pit road. He's going to be stuck in a different pack. There's your field. Honeycutt able to stick with them potentially here. Looks like he was given enough time. See if he can stick with them before the draft cuts him off. Does Honeycutt have anything for Ed Yergin and Gary Bowman? Ed Yergin now, I thought was looking to the inside of the 29, did not make the move or the pass. Lap 54 of 80, 27 laps to go. A lot of drivers laps down. Allenberg and Chris Wolder out of this race. They pulled the plug, put them on the haulers, and called it a night. Lap 54 of 80, 27 to go. Alrighty, still the 29 of Gary Bowman out front. Hardest charger so far. Brandon Honeycutt from 10th to 3rd right now is up 7 spots. Biggest loser, Chris Wold. Qualified second. Led 14 laps of tonight's racing event and was pretty much parked for, I believe, network issues for that ride. So your race leader is still Gary Bowman out front with 26 laps remaining. All of these guys gonna have to come together here to run down these race leaders. If they're gonna make anything happen here in the next 25 laps, the leaders are kind of riding it out, biding their time. They're out there by themselves. We'll have to see if we get a group or a field of cars together to catch them. It looks like John Mead. Let's see, that was lap 55. Let's say John Mead left pit road, but that was about 5 laps ago. So the 29 of Gary Bowman is in the spot everybody wants to be in, just not at the right time right now because it is not the last lap. And that's one of the other times you want to be in the race lead here on a restrictor plate course. You don't want to be caught with your pants down. Somebody sneaks up behind you, finds some bite and a move and a way to get around this racetrack you haven't seen all race long. And we'll see if Ed Yergin has anything left in the tank for that 29 car in 23 laps. We'll see if he can get it done in the get a one lap race in on the Ed Yergin machine. .24 laps remain here, and Gary Bowman clicks off another one, leading 35 of the total 80 laps tonight thus far. Bowman, Ed Yergin, Brendan Honeycutt, Troy Thomas, Andrew Teft, rounding out your top 5. Aaron Roth is 6th, excuse me. Evan Gilmet is 7th. 8th is Truth Oak. 9th is Riley Frost. 10th is Matt Metler. 11th is Sean Dunaway. 12th, Terry Fennell. 13th is Haas Beverly. 14th, John Mead. 15th is Alan Bergen. 16th is Chris Wold. Alright, so you got a 2-car breakaway pack here. Honeycutt's in the middle of a 4-car breakaway field that should be running them down, which I believe they might be. No, they're way back there. It's going to take them quite some time. Actually, they're about 11 seconds behind. Then we'll look back further to the 98, which is where, well, actually Andrew Tuft's right here, with the 0-1 of Sean Dunaway pushing him. Well, that was a little plugged up. Gary Bowman's still your race leader out front. He's got company a little bit. The 50 of Terry Fennell is in the mix now. However, that 50 car not battling for position. He's just kind of there hanging out. 21 laps remain. Gary Bowman, your race leader. Ed Yergin 2nd. Brandon Honeycutt 3rd. Troy Thomas is 4th, running your top 5. The HMFIC, Andrew Teft. No Alex version tonight. Matt Metler started to have a little bit of issues with his connection in that 311. We hope that they don't plague him. He's made it this far with 20 laps to go. Sure, it's another half hour of racing, but it's not something anybody wants to deal with here, especially at Talladega. This course, a fairly easy one to get around as Matt Metler goes to pit road. Not good for the 311 car. As Matt Metler goes out of this event, we lose the 311. As Metler goes off the screen, was having a great run, ends up in the 12th position. Race leaders out front. Gary Bowman still leading over Ed Jurgen. Andrew Teft and Aaron Roth switching positions a little bit. Troy Thomas is down pit road. Probably going to be a little short on fuel for the 3 of Thomas. Troy Thomas in for a splash and go of fuel. Was not going to make it. That stop was only 6.4 seconds. Not even long enough to put on a two tire set of fresh fuel goods. Gary Bowman. Andrew Tuffield leading this field along of the 0-1 of Sean Dunaway. Gary Bowman still your race leader with 16 laps remaining. That second group trying to reel in your race leader, not happening yet. Gary Bowman with the race lead. A little chilled down here tonight. Now my nose stuffy. 16 laps remaining for your race leader. Not a lot going on right now. Drivers down pit road. Nobody on pit road currently. Pit stop's about the only time we ever pass anybody right now. And the way it looks, Gary Bowman may be getting fit to be set up by Ed Jurgen. Across the line, 14 laps remain as the laps tick off one at a time here at the Daytona International Speedway. We'll be looking for our first ever winner here. See when the leaders, if the leaders need to pit, I believe they should be able to make it all the way. Since we're 16, 20, it's 30 laps. They may have to pit one more time. We'll have to see if they can save enough here. Thirteen laps to go. The Blackstone 29 looking to go to victory lane here tonight. Operations League Network pickup race. It's an off-season event. With 12 laps to go, Gary Bowman, Ed Jurgen, Brandon Honeycutt, Andrew Tepp, Aaron Roth, Evan Gilmet, Truth Hope, Riley Frost, Sean Dunaway, and Terry Finnar round out your top 10. 11th is John Meade. 12th is Haas Beverly. Is the Nitrous Cowboy, Troy Thomas, is on pit road. And this stop Seems to be a lengthier one for the number 3. Let's get into the wall off of 4. 1. One or the other. And Troy Thomas had a black flag and served it, so maybe had some damage there. As your race leaders. Gary Bowman with 11 laps remaining. A lot of things to consider here, and you got to watch. So Gary Bowman having a great feat so far here tonight. We'll see if he's able to take it all the way to the checkered flag as the Ed Yergin sponsored 92, or Ed Yergin number 92 works the second position. It's taken a while, but Brandon Honeycutt's finally catching up to your race leaders. And he's bringing company. A lot of drivers setting new personal best, but the overall quick time still belongs to Brandon Honeycutt at a 45.966. Nine laps remaining. The 29 of Bowman looking strong, has led 49 laps so far. Nine laps remaining. And I believe Troy Thomas shows pit road, so Brandon Honeycutt charges to the outside, looking for the race lead as he's mixed in with lap traffic. He will take the lead, I thought he was going to make the dive, he does. He's in front of your race, was your race leader. Brandon Honeycutt will lead for the second time here today at Daytona. Got to watch the cars in front of him. Truth Hoke, and it looks like the 68 of Evan Gilmet works his way out to get a lap back here in the field. But they've also got to get away from the 13 of Brandon Honeycutt, and that is going to be a mission as they are right there in the same draft pack. Your race leader is half stuck. Seven laps to go. Battle's heating up here as they work around the inside of the 22 of Haas Beverly. Down the back straightaway, Terry Fennell slips out of the race there as Brandon Honeycutt has the race lead in the PAL sponsored 13 Toyota, and he's looking to break a feat here today at tonight at the Daytona International Speedway. And here we go. Stories that tell it all. Gary Bowman, Ed Yergin are on pit road, needing fuel. Brandon Honeycutt looking like he can go the distance. Been 22 laps since he pitted. He's got 6 laps to go. That'll put him at lap 28. He'll be right on the bubble in the money. We'll see if he's got enough fuel to go the distance with the number 13 Toyota. He's running right there with the lap traffic, and I have a feeling he can save right now. And then put a little cradle around him and carry him all the way home to the checkered flag with 6 laps remaining. This time by, we'll see 5 to go. Show of the hand for your race leader, Brandon Honeycutt. Andrew Tept is now the next car back to potentially take over the second spot. He is 26 seconds back Brandon Honeycutt is coming to pit road, does not have the fuel to make it. Andrew Teft is way back there, and I believe has made a pit stop, or not. Actually, he has not, so he will need to do so. And let's see if Honeycutt can get back out and maintain the lead, but he does not have the drafting help now that he needs. Is Gilliatt going to leave pit road? And it looks like interesting turn of events here coming to the close of this one. 5 laps remaining. Brandon Honeycutt with the race lead. Here comes Andrew Teft to the outside. He now has the lead in the 98. Is the HMFIC going to pick up the race win? He has help from the 0-1 of Sean Dunaway, who has nothing to gain by working his way around the 98, except for maybe a lap back. Sean Dunaway in the 6th position, pushing your race leader. Brandon Honeycutt has 5 laps to get it done. He's got to get some drafting help from the 68 of Evan Gilliatt to potentially have a shot at this thing. As Andrew Teft comes to pit road, never mind. Aaron Roth goes to the race lead in the 57. Does he have enough fuel to get it done? 4 laps to go, and we are switching drivers like they switch positions in that song. And a lot of you might not know what I'm talking about. I'm referencing a song that I hear on the radio all the time. I don't even remember the name of it. It's just catchy. I think it's, well, I ain't even going to reference that. It's the birthday song. Anyway. Alright. Aaron Roth, your race leader with 4 laps to go. Does he have the fuel to get it done? Does he have to pit? He has not been to pit road. He's got to pit. Not going to make it. Gary Bowman will regain the race lead with 3 laps to go. With 3 to go, Bowman with the race lead. This race is getting good, as now we've got Bowman and Honeycutt battling for the lead. Ed Jurgen is there as well. Aaron Roth is on pit road, and he will lose some positions here. It's going to change where he finishes at. But Brandon Honeycutt has battled back to the race lead and is out front with 3 laps to go, and he has put the 68 of Evan Gilliatt behind him. That is his insurance. He's got Truth Hoke with him as well, who's in the 7th position between. So your first place driver is put 2nd and 3rd behind 2 lap cars. And we'll see if he can use that to his advantage with the tip of the green in the air. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks out. I'll tell you what, going to be just a few short weeks here, and we'll be able to enjoy some nice popsicles on some decent afternoons. The weather takes shape for spring, summer, and fall coming up. As we roll through turns 3 and 4, off of turn number 4, white flag will show. In the tri-oval for the 13 of Brandon Honeycutt. He's got company, though. The mad scientists are going to work with the white flag in tow. Does Gary Bowman and Ed Jurgen have anything in the tank for the 13 of Honeycutt? They got to deal with Truth Hope. And the 68 of Evan Gilliatt. Do they have anything at all? They've got to show it here. Can they run them down? Use that momentum. Use this run. Get a good one going down the back straightaway. They're going to get the draft off of Truth Hook, and they're going to shoot wide probably here going into 3 and 4. And there they go, shooting wide, trying to do something with it. Can they get a? They would have had to made that move by now, I think, because they're going to swing it out wide here. One of them's thought about doing it, the other's not. We're single file down to the stripe, and it's going to be Brandon Honeycutt coming home with the win. Gary Bowman will come home 2nd. Ed Jurgen is 3rd. And what a run for Brandon Honeycutt to pick up the race win off of a green flag pit stop strategy. So the rest of the field runs down like, well, I'll give them a minute. They're still crossing the start-finish line. Do not have official race results yet. So it's Brandon Honeycutt with the race win. Gary Bowman comes home 2nd. Ed Jurgen is 3rd. Andrew Teft comes home 4th. working with him on fourth. He's looking across the line now. He'll take the fourth spot. Coming home fifth, running at your top five is Aaron Ross. Sixth is Evan Gilmet. Seventh is Truth Hook. Eighth, Riley Frost. Ninth, Sean Dunaway. Rounding out your top 10 is Terry Fennell. 11th is John Mead. Running at your 12th position is Haas Beverly. Guys that parked on the hauler with DNFs is 13th Troy Thomas, 14th Matt Metler, 15th is Alan Bergen, and 16th is Chris Wold. Alrighty, we'll talk with our top 3 drivers here in the Blader.com post-race show. See what we got here. Somebody's coming up here. Not, they moved. Alright. So Ed Jurgen finishing in the 3rd position. See if they're hanging out here. There he is. Well, Ed, a great race for you here at the Daytona International Raceway. A great pickup race on a wonderful Thursday evening here. And coming home with a 3rd place finish in that number 92 Chevrolet. You started there, maintained it throughout the course of the event, found yourself finishing there as well. A great run for that number 92 Chevy.
Yeah, it was nice clean race. There's some problems going on in the back, but yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it's always a great time to come out here to the Racers Elite Network and get a great race in there and a great looking car there for the Jurgen's Healthcare. But a great run there. What was on your keys to getting a podium finish here tonight?
Just staying with a couple friends of mine, just staying with them, and then staying in line and communicating on our pits. We had a nice clean spot drops, and yeah, that was it.
Yeah, well, congratulations on a 3rd place finish. Anybody like to thank help you pick up a podium here tonight?
Yeah, well, first I thank Andrew for putting this stuff on. I know it's a lot of work for him. Thank you for broadcasting, and teammates Chris Wold and Gary Bowman.
Thank you.
And Jurgen's Lawn Care.
Yep, there you go. It says, look at the car. It's a lawn care. Just Jurgen's Lawn Care. That's a very sharp, good-looking car you got there.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll look forward to hopefully seeing it more on Thursday night.
Yeah, we'll be there every night.
Heck yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys here on the Racers Elite Network and seeing you race with the Racers Elite crew. It's a fun time and we enjoy it here, and hopefully it continues to be as enjoyable for you throughout the upcoming season.
Yeah, keep up the good work. Thanks.
Alright, we'll talk to our 2nd place finisher here. We can find Gary Bowman here. There's Gary. Down in the lounge racing. Alrighty. Well, congratulations, Gary. Led a great bit of the laps here, 51 to be exact. And I come up 10 laps short there, and the one needing to be led to win, going to Brandon Honeycutt. But a great race for you, Gary.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I was a little rusty. I've been running a lot of trucks lately, so yeah, I gotta get back into the next gen. I was a little conservative on pit entrance. I didn't want to blow through, get a speeding penalty, but yeah, I'll be ready by the time league starts. So, but yeah, it was a good race.
Yeah, most definitely a great runner-up finish here. A couple key highlights there that this green flag stops and a big strategy play there. He said you work on your pit entrance a little bit and cruising through pit road a little bit and getting in and out of that box. Maybe some pit lane, what do I call it here? Consistency would give you the little bit that Brandon Honeycutt had on you to win this one out with the help of 2 lap cars.
Yeah. We were watching them run us down. They had more in their pack than we did, and but yeah, I thought we'd be able to get a run on them there on that last lap, but we can never get hooked up.
Oh yeah, it was. I was waiting for the jump out there on the high side coming off of 4, but it seemed like you guys needed about another lap and a half to get it done.
Yeah, we had too much space in between us. I was trying to drag brake a little bit, but yeah, we just couldn't get it done tonight. But
Yeah, it's a pickup race. It gives you an idea what to look forward to going forward here in the with the upcoming season, and a great run here tonight. Great runner-up finish. Anybody like to thank help put that 29 car in the runner-up spot here tonight?
yeah, my teammates, Lounge Racing, Ed and Chris. Unfortunately, he had a lightning strike near his house, so he got disconnected. He was leading the race there early on, and of course my lovely wife and grandkids and everybody else, and you for hanging around and doing the broadcast. Appreciate it.
Yeah, this is probably one of my latter ones. Unfortunately, been a been a long stretch at work, and it don't look to be anything letting up.
Yeah.
So we're working 9s and Monday through
Yeah.
Friday, and working 8s or 6s on Saturday. We've been working 6 days a week for like as long as I can remember now. So
Wow.
we're,
Yeah.
but anyway, yeah, we're I'm doing what I can to try to keep Andrew happy and keep you guys good here on the broadcast and see how things go.
All right. Cool. Yeah, we
Yeah,
appreciate it.
look forward to seeing you guys this season and see what the Lounge Motorsports crew has for Racers Elite coming up in the near
Yeah.
future.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks a lot, Ron.
Have a good night, buddy. We'll see you soon.
All right.
He left. Okay. Just trying to find him or put him back. Anyway, all right. So we're looking for Brandon Honeycutt. Let's see here. Well, I was going to interview Brandon, but it looks like Brandon has jumped ship. I think I missed him anywhere. Alrighty, so no interview from your race winner in tonight's broadcast. I can tell. But Brandon Honeycutt picks up the race win from the 10th starting spot. Will win the race and come home your race winner out of Elizabethtown, Tennessee. And the Pals number 13 Toyota will win the race, and we'd like to thank Andrew Teff for putting this race on. And we would like to thank the Pottles for the race control, as well as everybody for showing up, tuning in, and everybody out there that tuned into the broadcast tonight. We'll catch you guys next time here on the Racers Elite Network and Hardy Sports TV for those of you that are on that side of the feed. We will see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Unfortunately, the national anthem tonight due to some audio issues, but we'll get that all ironed out, and we'll see you later. Have a great night. Hardy Sports TV would like to thank all of its supporters. Insurance Centers Incorporated, Genmar Services in Reedsville, West Virginia, Slick Products USA, Jeff Scott and the gang at the Florida Entertainment Group at FEGPC.net, BladeNerd.com, simple web solutions powered by nerds, Jeff Brown at iRacing iFlag, Braden Dillinger at Throttle Smasher Performance in Dawson, Pennsylvania, Renegade Race Fuels, Premier Racing Setups, TrackCams22.com for asphalt oval and all course style cameras, SimRatMarket.com for dirt oval cameras, Thanks for watching this broadcast. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time on Hardy Sports TV.